Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. I'm getting ready to head to work in a little bit, but obviously the show must go on. We still got to get some content out when there is a story, and today we are talking about a pretty big potential story coming out of the LCS. I don't think anything is confirmed yet, but I think things are pointing in this direction of a potential roster change coming to TSM. And obviously at this point, I don't think that would really surprise too many people. We've had a lot of stuff coming out about Reggie talking about how much money they spent on this team. And yes, I know some people, myself included, after 2 weeks after Shenny got benched, were saying, this all seems pretty bad. This is all going pretty rough. Do we think we're ever going to see Shenny play on TSM ever again? And I think it was a fair question to ask. And there's been some other people speculating, like, okay, well, TSM's 1-8 right now. Are they going to make more changes? Are they going to bring up more academy players? Are they going to sign some free agents? There's so many different questions to ask, and especially as we get ready to start the second half of the spring split this coming weekend. It's just a time we got to talk about some stuff. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate that a ton. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Help us run those numbers up. I know a couple weeks ago we finally hit 10,000 subscribers again, and this time it seems like we're going to hold up above that, so that'd be awesome. But now we got new goals to reach for. Hey, 20K, it's somewhere out there on the horizon. And my ultimate goal for this channel is 100,000. And that might sound crazy, and some of you are going to say we'll never get there, but we're going to see. Help us run those numbers up. That'd be awesome. With that being said, let's get right into this. So today, what I want to talk about is what people on the TSM subreddit are talking a little bit about. And again, I think it has some credence. I think it has a possibility of actually happening. I think it is pretty interesting. And that is this TSM subreddit thread. Apparently on the TSM Discord, people believe Shenny will be back on the LCS team again this weekend. Now, I have not seen these messages. I'm not in the TSM Discord. I don't really use Discord that much anyway. I've never been a big Discord guy. I don't really like the platform that much, and if I was going to be in a couple, I'm in a couple Discords that I check like maybe weekly, maybe monthly, but if I was going to be in Discord more often, obviously TSM's not going to be my first one. It would be interesting, and I'm sure there's some stuff there. So I don't like that they just say a TSM staff member. I wish we could see who said this, and then maybe it would have more legitimacy or whatever. But again, some staff member. I don't have the messages. I can't confirm this, but this is highly upvoted. I don't think this is like a lie. I just don't know who the TSM staff member is. Said that there would be an announcement this week, and people believe Shenny is back on the LCS, and that's why he isn't streaming today, because they plan to announce it soon. Also, people are saying, like this, he didn't stream his Champions Queue games today, perhaps because he didn't want to spoil he was in a different room, which could, again, go back to why he didn't stream at all that day, because obviously TSM's main team plays in like their LCS room. We've all seen that shot of like the computers up against the wall that they have in the TSM facility of like where the LCS players are. That's where they play solo queue. That's where they stream. That's where they play their LCS games at, when everything's online. And yeah, if he was streaming from there, obviously you would know, and you would see all their players around, and that you'd hear their players in the background, and he'd have Tactical sitting right next to him. Even if he's not on camera, you could still hear him, and you'd be able to hear everyone. And you have some pretty loud players on TSM. And that gets us to this clip that people are posting on Twitch. This isn't Shenny streaming, because again, he wasn't streaming, but they are saying here, you can hear Spica and Kaido in the background. He's back in the main LCS room, it sounds like. So here is this clip. I don't think you're going to be able to really hear it that well over video. You're probably going to go have to check it out for yourself, but I want to at least play it, and I believe this. I can hear it. I know exactly what they're saying, and I think it does make sense. So let's see what this is. This is from RJS's stream. He's playing Champions Queue with Shenny on his team. And, you can just hear Shenny's mic in the background. He's got, like, just the hot mic going. So here it is.
Okay. Oh, actually?
Like,
oh, no.
What the fuck?
Give me Silas.
Yeah, Silas is fine with it here, too.
Yeah.
You can go Jace.
So that was it. I mean, like I said, it's not much, but in the background, I think I can pretty clearly hear Kaido, and a lot of people are saying they can clearly hear Spica as well. Obviously, Kaido has a very distinct voice. Spica has a very, very distinct voice as well. We know they're high energy. We know they're always screaming. They're always yelling. So it does seem like maybe this is a reach. Maybe this is very speculative, whatever. But I think when you pair this up with the fact that a TSM member said they have a big announcement coming this week too, and that they're going to be announcing something new, I think it's a safe assumption to think that at least possibly, if not very, very likely, we are going to see Shenny back with the LCS team this weekend. I think that's pretty interesting. Now, obviously, when we take a look at the LCS standings as a whole, TSM is now 1-8. They were 0-4 with Shenny. They switched to Yurson. They went 1-4 with him. And hey, yes, that is an improvement. They got their one win, but they were down big against FlyQuest. And I think if you run that game back a couple times, there's a real world where TSM goes 0-9. And I don't think anyone thinks they looked, that considerably better just because of Yurson. I know some of the TSM members are saying that, and Tactical was like, hey, yeah, everything's better, easier, and Speak has come out and be like, yeah, everything was better, easier, he fits into the team better, and in some ways TSM did look better over the past couple of weeks. They still looked horrible bad in some games, especially against like CLG and stuff, but I think they were making some improvements, but I think some of that could be chalked up to, hey, this is a team that is just probably not as bad as a last place team, and they are ramping up. They are getting better and learning and figuring things out. So yeah, it's not like the switch to Yurson really changed much. TSM still kind of sucked. They still didn't really win games. They're still in last place. If we take a look at the LCS Spring of 2021, 10-8 was good for 6th place in the regular season, which TSM can still do. If TSM wins all 9 of their games in the second round robin, they can still, get to that 10-win mark and make playoffs. I believe it is possible to make playoffs with 9 or sometimes even 8 wins. Just going to depend on how some of the other teams do. So TSM is not eliminated from playoff contention yet, so who knows if they'll go on some kind of crazy streak or whatever like that. But I do kind of at this point assume we are going to see Shenny bank this weekend because they said the announcement, because of the RJS clip, and Reggie coming out and telling us how much money they spent on this roster. Like I said, if they really did spend over $1 million on the buyouts of Kaido and Shenny put together, they're going to keep giving this a shot. They're not going to scrap this after 2 weeks. I mean, no matter what's happening, I know some people are saying, hey, they should go sign XYZ free agent, whatever. They're not ready to throw that money away. Like I said, Spring Split doesn't even matter anyway, so they really, really, really want to give Shenny a chance here and try and get things right by the time Summer Split starts, and I think it just makes way too much sense not to. In the academy, obviously, I think Shenny played like 8 games, but for whatever reason, this first game against 100 Thieves doesn't show up on Google. But here's what Shenny did in some of his games. He went 1-6-15 on Nautilus against CLG. He went 0-2-7. They don't have a champion here against CLG. C9, they kind of got stomped. Shenny went 0-8-5 on Nautilus and then 0-7-10 on Nautilus. So obviously a lot of deaths. He's getting aggressive. 0-2-0 on Rakan against Immortals Academy and then 1-2-7. So overall, he had some good games. He had some very, very bad games, but obviously we know the TSM Academy team is not that good. And we also have had a lot of people, and they talk about this as well. There's another clip of RJS on Shenny's comms. There are a lot of people coming out and saying, a lot of pro players saying that Shenny's comms are very, very good. Now, yes, they are chaotic. Yes, they are hectic. Yes, they are constant. He's pretty much talking the whole game. And they can sometimes be very, very loud, which is off-putting or unsettling to some people. But it does sound like a lot of pro players think Shenny is a very, very good shot caller, is a very, very good communicator in-game. Obviously, that didn't necessarily come across with TSM the last time. And it sounds like this time on the TSM roster, Shenny is going to get a much better chance, if he is playing this weekend, to communicate and possibly even shot call. And we'll have to see how different this looks. But I mean, at this point, TSM doesn't have much to lose. They're 1-8. They should be playing with pressure off. I think Shenny absolutely should be back in the LCS because, hey, Spring Split doesn't matter. Why would you not have this guy playing? Why would you not have this guy trying to gain synergy? Why would you not have this guy trying to ramp up? This is the guy that you spent high number, hundreds of thousands of dollars on. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. Obviously, TSM has been kind of a shit show, and it doesn't make a ton of sense to be benching people, unbenching people, switching your roster all over the place. This is supposed to be your developmental roster. This is supposed to be building synergies, building for the future, and this was supposed to be one of the main pieces of the entire rebuild. But hey, they said Shenny needed to get acclimated to the United States. They said he needed to work on his English, all this stuff. He's had a couple weeks. Hopefully everybody's cooled down. Hopefully everybody has a chance to get a fresh start. And if Shenny does play this weekend, I will be very, very curious to see how him and TSM look, because at the end of the day, I do think TSM is going to be a better team with Shenny at support than Yursan. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope TSM doesn't go 1-8 in the second half as well, but we'll have to wait and see. Pretty much every video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. You think we're going to see Shenny this weekend, or do you think not? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then.